How are you a captain of something?
It's an honorary title.
Oh, my gosh.
Captain of the world.
Held in a secret government compound somewhere in North America, half cyborg, half crazed genius and would-be world conqueror Captain Odysseus Rumbleshanks sits for extended interrogational discussions with his captors. These are the case file tapes of those discussions. These are the Rumbleshanks tapes.
This is Agent Jeremiah Hansen for session number 123 with the fugitive known as Rumbleshanks. Please sit down.
Thank you.
Thank you once again for sitting in with us in this room for questioning Rumbleshanks. I hope your accommodations have gone well, but we do have some very serious questions.
They're all right. They're not the best.
Okay, we have some very serious questions. We have some.
I also want you to know that when you say something is an invitation, you imply that it's not mandatory. But you've made it kind of mandatory.
Well, I was just trying to be polite, Rumbleshanks.
Well,
you're correct.
Politeness failed.
All right. Well, that notwithstanding, we have some very pressing questions which we need answers to.
Press on.
We need to understand. We need to know what kind of activities have been going on in your petting zoo. We find that they are highly irregular and quite possibly very illegal on a global scale. Like they are crimes not just against humanity but of nature. Crimes of nature.
That's probably true. That was the aim.
You chose to create crimes of nature.
I'm Captain Rumbleshanks. Yes, of course.
What we found in that petting zoo of yours is they are not natural things.
They started out as natural things.
And grafting a lion's head onto the body of a giraffe, cyborg giraffe,
that was a practice.
Is very unnatural. What do you have to say for yourself?
That was a practice. I put together it wasn't actually starting out as a petting zoo. It was a research facility. It became a petting zoo when the need for additional income came up. That's all.
Do you expect people to be able to pet a giraffe with a lion head?
Why not? It's got fur.
Well,
what about especially tall people? They like petting zoos too. Say you're a kid and you're the tallest person in your class and you're teased mercilessly when you're in school and you haven't quite made the basketball team because you're clumsy and awkward because you haven't grown into your body yet. And maybe you don't have anywhere to go and you don't know any other tall people and the world's not made for you. Sure, you can ride all the rides at an amusement park, but other than that, you have no coolness factor whatsoever about yourself. But when you come to my petting zoo, wow, then you can pet a giraffe with a lion's head.
I mean, it sounds amazing. I'm not going. I was very tall for my age as a child, and I was outcast a lot of times.
Did you always have a large cranium?
I mean, it was pretty sizable. Wearing hats made me look silly, but now I feel like I've grown into my cranium now. But do
you wear hats now?
When only
I don't think you should wear hats.
Well, I have to on official business occasionally when I'm.
You have official hats?
I have a very official hats. And I don't think that's very funny. I think my hats are very nice looking on me. And you know what? We are getting off topic.
No, you're a man that takes pride in wearing a hat.
All
I'm saying is that it started out as a research facility in which I was trying to make an army of cyborg giraffes. There's nothing more dangerous than a cyborg giraffe.
What were your plans for these cyborg giraffes, Rumbleshanks?
Well, domination as always, man.
I don't.
An onslaught of cyborg giraffes. An army of cyborg giraffes.
I just don't see how.
What would you do if an army of cyborg giraffes came marching up to you?
Would they not just eat all the leaves? Like on the tall trees? Or
they'd eat everything.
Because they're cyborg giraffes, I understand.
They have robotic parts grafted onto them.
I'm saying, you couldn't have tried like...
Agent Hansen.
Yes, Jeremiah Hansen.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Hansen.
Jeremiah Hans.
That's not my name. It's Jeremiah Hansen.
Agent Germahans, I just want you to know, it only became a petting zoo when it was clear that additional funding was needed.
Additional funding for what?
Research to make an army of killer giraffes. Cyborg giraffes. I don't understand what's so complicated about this for you.
Here's where I have a.
If it hadn't been for the senior citizen home next door, no complaints would have been filed. You never would have found out about it.
That's exactly what my next point was. There was a senior citizens.
You can't trust old people.
You're something else, Rumbleshanks.
Thank you.
That wasn't a compliment. I was saying
Agent Germa, I appreciate it.
No, I wasn't complimenting you. I was saying you were something else. You were just something otherworldly. You were just
Germahans. You're laying it on thick with the compliments, and I appreciate it. Sometimes I come in here for these recording sessions, and I think you're just going to lay into me. And I find out that underneath that dense cranium of yours, you have a heart that beats with gold.
Well, thank you, but I mean, these are not compliments that I'm giving you, Rumbleshanks.
That's the way I'm taking them.
Well, you shouldn't. You should. What I'm trying to say is that you are
fantastic.
Well, that's not the word I was going to use.
Powerful beyond all measure.
You had some
certifiable
cyborg giraffes.
emperor of the universe.
That is. Do you really think my head is that big? I don't think it's that big. I mean, when I wear a hat,
it doesn't de-emphasize it like you think it will.
I think it's not so bad. You know what? What is going to happen to all these cyborg drafts is what we're really trying to figure out now. Tell us how to deprogram them, Rumbleshanks.
There's no way to deprogram them.
We need
just release them out into the wild.
We are not going to release them out into the wild. Right now, they are grazing safely in a small caged facility, but we need to learn how to deprogram your killer cyborg drafts.
Well, I'll need some things in exchange.
What do you want?
Bag of Cheez-Its and a 7-Up.
I can maybe get you the 7-Up.
Germahans.
It's just a cruel thing that is not my name. It reminds me of my junior high years when you say that, and I do not appreciate it, Rumbleshanks. I'll see what I can do about the 7-Up.
Have I pierced your golden heart? I've pierced your golden heart, haven't I?
You know what? You might get some...
Your own history is turning against you.
Cheetos and a Sprite.
I want Cheez-Its and a 7-Up, man. Germahans.
Not my name.
Germahans.
It's not my name.
Germahans.
What we're going to see about the 7-Up and Cheez-Its, you're going to tell us how to deprogram these terrible abominations of nature that you've created.
I wanted some Cheez-Its and 7-Up, man.
You got to tell us about the drafts.
You scratch my Cheez-Its and I'll scratch yours.
That sounds disgusting.
Doesn't it, though?
Just disgusting.
Germahans.
The Rumbleshanks tapes, created by Brad McIntyre. They're voiced by Jeff Hernandez and Brad McIntyre. And I am Brandon Potter. Thanks for tuning in.